Hey nerd family, and welcome back to another video. Now the title of this video and the artwork here behind me may confuse you just a little bit because the title of this video is going to be something along the lines of Discovery Plus has now been out for 2 years. We are talking about Discovery Plus being out for 2 years, but because it is basically going to be worked into HBOMax here in the future, that's why we decided to kind of put up the HBOMax thing here, because we're going to also talk a little bit about HBOMax and what's kind of going on currently. So we're going to dive a little bit into a little bit of both of those things here, since they will eventually be one platform. But before we get into all of that, I'm going to go ahead and roll the intro, and I'll see you guys back here in a second. Alright guys, welcome back. I hope everyone out there is staying safe and staying healthy. As always, I do want to thank all of our subscribers. If you are a new subscriber from the last video, you will see your name scrolling across the bottom. And for all of our subscribers, you will see your name scrolling across the side. Again, I want to thank all of our subscribers. You're helping us get to where we want to be. Our next milestone is 500 subscribers, and we're definitely on our way there, so thanks again. If you've not yet subscribed and you'd like to do so, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any of the future videos. And if you guys do like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. It definitely helps us out, as it lets YouTube know who likes the videos and who to recommend them to next. Alright guys, before we really jump into today's video, I do want to just kind of tackle an elephant in the room here. You guys may be able to tell I'm a little bit congested, so I am recovering from multiple sicknesses here. And I do want to apologize to everybody because it was back towards the end or mid-November. I was really ramping up and kind of getting all my holiday videos shot and, you know, working on a bunch of things. And unfortunately, I did contract COVID-19, and that kind of put me out of commission for a little bit. And then I recovered from that, and then had a cruise that we had planned for a while. So I was on vacation for a little over a week with the cruise there. And then coming back from the cruise, I did get pretty sick again, and I was out for about another week or so. And then with the holidays mixed in there, just everything else, unfortunately, pretty much the end of November and all of December was pretty much a wash. I did film some videos that unfortunately were time sensitive, and there's just really no point in putting them out now. I don't really want to get too deep into it here because I know that's not the point of this video. So if you guys do want to get some more insight and information into what's going on there, and a little bit more of what's going to be going on with the Nerd Circle going forward into the future here, I did make a little update video that I put out over on the Facebook Nerd Circle page. So if you're not following on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Nerd Circle, make sure to head over to Facebook, check out that video if you do want to get some more information. But let's go ahead and jump into today's video. So now this is going to be a little bit different than normal. So normally when we put out a video saying that a platform has been out for X amount of years, we kind of dive into it and maybe do a little update video, kind of showing you what's changed over time. But with Discovery Plus here, it's now been out for 2 years. It did come out January 4th of 2021. So we just reached that 2-year time frame. But to be honest with you, it really hasn't changed much. I'm sure that they've added and removed content, things like that, but the actual user interface and the platform itself, both on the web and on different devices, really has not made that many improvements enough to really make a whole video on here. So what I am going to tell you guys is, if you haven't checked out Discovery Plus yet, then check out the previous videos that I made about Discovery Plus, because for the most part, all the information that I have in those previous videos is pretty much still stands to be true here. We will kind of just tackle the pricing and things like that, just in case any of that has changed. So currently, as of right now, you can get Discovery Plus for $4.99 a month. It does have a 7-day free trial, and that is going to be their ad tier. So if you're okay with ads, then you can go ahead and get that. Now, if you do want to strip those ads away, they do have the ad-free tier. Comes in at $6.99 a month, also with a 7-day free trial. So only a few extra dollars per month, and you can go ahead and remove those ads. So that is the one that I suggest, just because I do hate ads. But you do have both flavors there, depending on which one suits you best. Now, they do have a few other things. If you are a student, you can get it for a bit cheaper, so make sure to check out their website. I believe they also may have some military discounts, things like that. I think that with the student in the military, if I'm not mistaken, that it's only the ad light version, so it is going to have ads in there. but they do give you a bit of a discount. So check that out and see if you are a student or if you are military, if you can kind of get a better deal there. Also check with your cell phone provider, especially with Verizon right now. They are offering, I believe it's 6 months for free, and there are some various other options out there with some other cell phone providers or internet providers that you can probably get in a pretty good deal. Now, for those of you that have not tried it yet, so we will kind of go over real quick here. So Discovery Plus has a lot of content on it. Things like HGTV, Food Network, TLC, ID, Animal Planet, OWN or Oprah Winfrey Network, Discovery, CNN, Magnolia Network, which some of the Magnolia Network stuff has moved over to HBOMax, but I think that they're kind of in both places. A&E, Lifetime, History, Travel Channel, Science Channel, the Dodo Network, and much, much more. Now, some of those things aren't for everybody, so if anything that I named there is not for you, then Discovery Plus is probably not going to be for you. But there's a lot of great content up here. A lot of it is going to be more TV shows. There's really not a lot of movies unless it's something that's like an original kind of movie that they made for the platform, but most of it's going to be your TV shows, and a lot of it is going to be more of the like reality style shows, or like a House Hunter, things like that. But they have a lot of good stuff over here, and it is priced pretty well currently. We went over the pricing. It's not horribly priced, so I definitely think it's something to add to your streaming collection if you're just looking for more TV shows. But all in all, like I said, platform hasn't changed much. So if you want to kind of see the look and feel of how it functions, then check out some of the previous videos that we put out. You do have your user profiles. I believe it's up to 5 profiles, so you can have different profiles for different members of your family and things like that. If you head over to discoveryplus.com, they do have a frequently asked questions section where there's a lot of questions people have asked that you can kind of get there. And it does work on a multitude of devices: Apple TV, Android TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Samsung TVs, Xbox, LG Smart TVs, Vizio TVs, and many, many more. So you'll be able to, for the most part, be able to use it on most devices. That's really all we're going to cover here as far as Discovery Plus itself goes. But as we are ramping up into the new year here, the reason that I put this up here is because I'm sure most of you know that HBOMax and Discovery Plus are going to be merging into one platform at some point this year, supposedly. They haven't really given any hard dates just yet, and I will update you guys as soon as I have more information on that. But it was last year that Warner Media had kind of combined, and Discovery and whatever. So, but the whole company overall is now called Warner Brothers Discovery, and they have the two services, Discovery Plus and HBO Max. Now, HBO Max has been stripping a lot of content away because they're trying to save some, $2 or $3 billion or whatever it might be. So unfortunately, we're losing a lot of content. Now, I believe we did lose some content over here on Discovery Plus as well, but not nearly as much as we had over on HBO Max, and they're just kind of scrapping a lot of things to really take some kind of tax incentives to try to get as much money as possible. They have somewhat slowed down on that end of it, and they're just kind of regularly going through and deleting and adding new things as most services do, and it seems as though they're now kind of giving us those timetables of when things are leaving, when things are coming, as you would normally expect, versus where they were just kind of scrapping things like day by day a few months back. So we did lose a lot of animation, things like that. But there's been a lot of other things that have come out too, that the animation departments are now kind of put into one. We'll kind of make some future videos discussing a little bit more about that as we get more information. But they're trying to put all the different animation departments into one, and then that's going to be the animation, whether it be Adult Swim or whatever they end up kind of calling everything. But they're kind of making all these different changes to try to save money to eventually put the platforms together. Now, what you see up on the screen here, I don't know how legitimate it's going to be, but this is what they say basically is going to be the platform going forward. Supposedly, they're just going to call it Max. I don't know how I feel about that. To me, it just sounds weird, just Max. just sounds like a person's name. I don't know that the name really matters. Let me know your thoughts down below, what you think. I mean, who cares what it's really called, I guess, as long as they have all the good content and come in at a reasonable price point and that everything works according to plan. I guess it really doesn't matter what the name is. But when you think of HBO Max, you know that it's got HBO. When you think of Discovery Plus, well, hopefully you know all the different brands that are under Discovery Plus. And I guess putting them together, it might be a bit difficult to come up with just one singular name. I don't know if this is the logo that they're going to use that still has HBO and also shows you the Warner Brothers in there as well. I don't really know exactly what they're going to do going forward, but supposedly the name they're working with is just Max. Now, think of things like Paramount Plus. They decided to use the actual production company, the studio, if you will, to have the name Paramount Plus and then have everything underneath it like Showtime and CBS and Nickelodeon, MTV, all the other networks that they own. And I think Paramount Plus was great. I don't know what other options they are floating around for Max, but you guys let me know your thoughts down below. If you think Max is going to be a good name for everything that's going to be included in here. What do you think if this is going to be their logo here? What are your thoughts on it? Leave those comments down below. There is no timetable or anything yet as to when this merge is supposed to happen, unfortunately, but I think it is coming probably in the next few months here, hopefully. And hopefully, again, we don't lose more stuff in the process. Now, again, there also isn't any hard concrete information as far as pricing goes, but we can hope that it doesn't increase in price. If they, take the price of what HBO Max is currently and the price of Discovery Plus currently and have a ad tier and an ad-free tier and just keep it priced accordingly, then it's really not going to change much. The only thing that's really going to change is if you're someone who only subscribes to HBO Max or only subscribes to Discovery Plus and you don't care for the content that's on the other service that you don't subscribe to, well, then unfortunately your price is going to go up. So in that case, we would hope that they would have some kind of deals for people that are in that situation where maybe you can, get Max or whatever they call it at a discounted price, even if it's just for a year or whatever it might be. So that way your price doesn't immediately get inflated, but at some point it's probably going to. And even if they do run some kind of great promotions and things like that, we all know that every year or so the price increases come along. There have been price increases for HBO Max. There are obviously price increases we just had recently for Netflix, and Netflix is kind of changing some of the things that they're doing, having an ad tier now and doing a few other things that we will make a separate video for in the not too distant future here. But there's not a whole lot of concrete information just yet, but we do know that coming soon, we're going to, I think, get more and more information, whether they release the service first and then kind of tell us what the price is going to be, whether they release the price and then the service kind of comes out a little bit after that. We'll try to keep, our eye on it here and try to release the information as quickly as possible. Sometimes things move really quickly, so just if you're not already following on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Nerd Circle, we will try to post an article over there as soon as we get some concrete information, and then we will follow up with a video as soon as we can. But just kind of wanted to update you guys a little bit now that Discovery Plus has been out for 2 years, and just kind of let you know what's going on here. So we will see what 2023 is going to bring us here with the streaming wars, but hopefully we win in this one. Hopefully when everything combines together, it just creates a smooth platform, easy to navigate, and prices it well and has all the content we need, easy to find. I think we're asking for too much here, but hopefully they're doing their homework and trying to make the best platform possible. Hopefully they listen to the feedback that they get from the viewers and tweak it if it's not perfect out of the gate. Hopefully they can help make some tweaks and make it better. I do think going forward it will be better to have the one platform versus two, as long as the price is right, because If you just don't need both platforms, you don't really want to inflate the price. But I think instead of having to log into 2 different platforms and pay for 2 different platforms, it will be better to have it as one. But hopefully they can do it justice and not have this big weird mess of all these different TV channels and stations, things like that, under one roof. I guess time's gonna tell, but as we open up into the new year here, hopefully we get more and more information. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got a little something out of it. And again, I apologize, I fell a bit short. I'm gonna do my best to get some of these videos out here, but if you want more information into what's gonna be happening with the Nerd Circle going forward into the new year, then make sure to head over to Facebook and check out that update video. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. It definitely helps us out as it lets YouTube know who likes the videos and who to recommend them to next. If there's anything I forgot to mention, I'll leave it in the description down below. If there's anything that you noticed that I forgot, please make sure to leave it in the comments down below. If you could, please share this video across any social media platform that you like. If you guys have not yet subscribed and you'd like to do so, make sure to go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any of the future videos. You can also follow the links on the screen to the older videos. And until next time, guys, stay nerdy.